How's it going, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another video. I got to take out the 701 today, just getting more miles on it. I'm really not going to show you guys too much of the first 600 miles because it's just boring riding, trying to get the engine broken in so I can finally actually ride it. But I did go out with my dad on the 1190R, so I'll throw some bonus footage at the end of this. But today's video is going to be cleaning up the bike a little. I want to try to get the blinkers off. I think I'm going to order flush mounts, but for now I'm just going to remove the stock one. We're going to see what we can do with just removing the stock fender that is on there, the rear fender. Those two things will just kind of help clean up the bike a little bit, make it not look so OEM, I guess is the word. And then I'm also going to go ahead and put the WP decals on the forks. Nothing too major, but first big mod I want to do is the exhaust. And the problem with this bike is it's a 2020, so they don't really make cheap exhaust for it, and you can't find anything used. So the only options are to buy, I think the cheapest ones available are like $600+ for just a muffler. And the one I want to get, I think, I've been doing some research on it, and I think the Akrapovic is one of the best sounding ones, but let me know in the comments if you guys have seen some other ones that sound good and are cheaper than $1,000. That'd be nice. Another thing from today, these tires are finally starting to get broken in, and I cannot believe how sticky these are. I ran the Michelin RSs on my last bike and absolutely loved them, but this is probably going to be the tire I'm going to run for this bike. I was doing stoppies without even changing my riding position, just grabbing a handful of brake, and it would just pick up the rear tire. These are so grippy. I guess I'm going to start on the rear fender, so I'll flip the bike around and then we'll tear into it and see what we can do with just stock. Alright guys, so here is where we are at to start. This thing is massive and hideous, but I think Husky makes it easy for you. I think you can just pop off a couple of these bolts and then tuck the wiring, and I think all it'll leave is this piece right here, and I can drop all that. So that'll be really nice if that works out that way. All I've done to this bike so far is take off the seat, so everything I'm doing right now is going to be a learning process. We'll get all this ripped off and see what it looks like. Sweet, so there were 6 of these T30s, and then this just drops down, and then it's a quick connector too, so I can just disconnect that, and that cleans it up a ton. That's super simple. You can tell Husky does that on purpose. That's really cool of them, because they know you have to have this for standards, but it's nice to just be able to drop it and have what it should actually be. So I'm going to unplug this, and then we're going to go ahead and get this off. That way I can deal with the wiring for the blinkers. Alrighty, super easy. There's just 2 bolts that go back there, one right here, and then another one down there. So 6 total. They're all just T30, and then everything in here is also just easy, quick disconnects. So I'm going to disconnect the 2 blinkers, and then I will just unbolt them, and that'll look better for now until I can get some flush mounts. Or ideally, I think I'm going to go ahead and order one of those ones that's like a LED strip that has the blinkers on the side and then the brake light in the middle. That'll work for now. I might cut that right there, then run my plate right here. Just got to see what I have laying around that I could cut that with. First thing I'm going to do is disconnect all of this and then get the blinkers out, and then I will go see what I have that I could cut this with that would make a clean line. Then this is simple enough, just takes a 13, and then you can just back this off and then pull the blinkers off. And if you had flush mounts and you were going to replace them like that, it would just be the exact same thing, but reinstalling with the flush mounts. Okay, just pop that off and then you can pull it through. And same thing on the other side. Super easy. Everything on this bike is so clean and new and all that, so easy to work on. There we go. Got that one off. Cool. Now I'll go see what I have to cut this possibly. Maybe, I don't know. I could just leave it and run the plate vertically, but I think it would look cleaner if I just cut it like right around here and then run the plate flush to that horizontally. Alrighty, I'm going to cut it with this. I think I'll be able to get some pretty clean lines. You guys can see real quick, just... Yeah, it goes through it pretty clean and smooth. So I'm going to mark out where I want to cut, I guess, and then I'll throw you guys on a time lapse and cut it. I'm not too worried about cutting this up and ruining it because I'm going to replace it with an LED one. I just want something that's going to look better until then. Alrighty, there we go, guys. It's pretty smooth with that, and then I just took a file to it to clean it up a little bit, but I'm happy with this. The plate's gonna cover it. That's the whole point of doing it at this length. I'm gonna mount the plate up here. I drilled 2 little holes, and then I'm gonna zip tie the plate up top there, and then that'll cover all this. You're not even gonna see it. And then the plate will be visible with this, so I don't have to worry about that. In Colorado on my KTM 525, I ran my plate back here, and I can't do that on this bike for 2 reasons. The gas tank is right there, so I'd be drilling into the gas tank. Out here, the California CHP are just ridiculous. I get harassed on a bike that has the big OEM fender, so I don't want to even try that. They'll try to impound my bike or who knows, so just gonna go with this. That'll be a good in-between. I'll just zip tie these 3 together. This probably isn't necessary, but I just like keeping everything nice and tight and tidy. Replug it in. This light I'm using is super hot. It's like having a heat lamp on me, making me sweat. But hopefully the picture quality is better for you guys. There we go. Nice and tidied up. There we go. That's the final results. Looks a lot, I mean, like from this far away looks so much better, but the Tim tag kind of makes it look like crap, but that's just, I got to get my real tag in the mail. And you can see how big this box is. It'll definitely be nice to get like a LED strip up here and just completely clean up that fender and make it all super sleek. But for the time being, that looks a lot better than it did. So I'll put up a side-by-side picture so you guys can kind of see before and after. But now let's go ahead and flip it around and move on to the front. Alrighty, so it's looking like a similar idea on the front. There's just some T30s, and then I think I can get this front headlight off. The 13 mil to take off the blinker, then I'll clean everything up with zip ties and get it all slapped back on. Yep, super simple. There's 1 on this side and 2 on this side, and then you just disconnect the headlight, and then you kind of have to lift up and pull these out of the fender, and then it comes off. So now we'll just clip the zip ties, take out the blinkers, re-zip tie everything up, and then put it back together. Alright, there we go. Looks so much better. Just getting rid of those big ugly blinkers. Oh yeah, there we go. Cleans it up so much. Next thing is definitely a pipe. The stock pipe is the only thing now that's making it look not very good. I look like I just got out of the shower. I need to get some LEDs for this light. This is just, you guys can see how much I'm sweating. But I'm going to roll some of the riding clips from today if you guys want to watch that. And thanks for checking in on Cleaning Up 701. 26 miles on it. I'm going to play with the quick shifter a little today. Yesterday I was having problems with it going into what felt like false neutrals. But I talked to the guys at AEO, and they said that I basically just need to not use the clutch and upshift like that. Feels weird too, that's for sure. I've never had a quick shifter on a bike. Yeah, that's so weird. Just I push down and it downshifts. That is crazy. That's so cool. Because like quick shifter upshifters are common, but a downshift for a quick shifter is not nearly as common. That 1190 sure does look sick. The tires are getting sticky. I can do stoppies way easier.